Introduction. Marriage is an important institution in Islam and serves as a foundation of stable family and society. The Quran said, particularly in Surah Ar-Rum, chapter 13 and verse 21, it highlights that marriage brings tranquility and love and mercy between spouses. However, many young people today have a challenging, such as financial burdens, social expectation, and emotional immaturity, making marriage preparation more difficult. Therefore, this study aims to identify these challenges and propose practical solutions based on principles of Maqasid Syariah.
Hi, I'm Adil, and I'm going to share about key challenge faced by Malaysian Muslim youth in marriage. So many are legally eligible, yet economic pressure, culture expectation, and emotional readiness remain obstacle. So this study highlight the importance of strengthening emotional intelligence and religious education and Sharia-based counseling. Collaboration between families, university, and religious authorities is crucial to prepare our youth not by financially but also emotionally and spiritual for successful marriage.
Research questions. There are 3 research questions in this assignment. First, what are the primary economic, cultural, and psychological challenges faced by modern Muslim youth in Malaysia when preparing for marriage? Second, how does the misinterpretation or superficial understanding of Islamic principle contribute to the high approval rates of early marriage without adequate readiness? And lastly, the third one is what special Sharia compliance strategies in community support mechanism can be implemented to help youth overcome the matrimonial challenge.
In the research objective, firstly is to identify the impact of economic pressure, modern culture, and emotional regarding Muslim marriage. Secondly is to evaluate the gap between the legal approval of early marriage by the Sharia court. Thirdly is to propose actionable solution rooted in Islamic principle such as promoting moderation to support youth in building a stable household.
Next, problem faced by Muslim youth in marriage. First, economic pressure, high cost of living, student loan commitments, expensive wedding ceremonies. Many students delay marriage, and last one, debt after marriage causes financial stress and conflict.
And the second one is psychological immaturity. For example, unrealistic expectation about marriage, poor communication skill, weak conflict management, and the last one is lack of emotional maturity and resilience.
And the last one is cultural expectation, which is family pressure for grand wedding, social expectation increased financial burden, and the last one is difficult to balance personal preference and family wishes.
Today I will present my research methodology. First, the research design. This study adopts a structured qualitative approach focusing on specifically content and documentary analysis. Second is data resource and collection method. Data is collected from 3 primary avenues. First is Quran and Hadith. Second, academic literature, and 3, contemporary reports and public commentary from trusted news. Lastly, the data analysis procedure. The collected data undergoes 3-step process. We begin with data redaction, followed by thematic categorization based on research objective, and lastly, a synthesis and Islamic evaluation is conducted through the lens of Maqasid Syariah.
Next, let's move on to the most important part, which is the strategy, intervention, and solutions. To address the marriage challenges faced by youth today, we have devised our solutions into three key aspects. The first one is the financial aspect. The second one is the culture aspect, and the last one is the psychological aspect. First, the financial aspect. The main goal here is following Sharia principles, which means spending moderately and secretly avoiding personal loans for the wedding. We can look at this in two phases. First, before marriage, couples should start saving yearly, plan their budget together, and agree on how to split expenses like the hantaran. Second one, after marriage, it is highly recommended to open a joint account for emergency, get takaful protection, and plan for faraid or inheritance. Second, the culture aspect. To handle family and culture pressures, open communication is the key. Couple needs to be honest with their parents about their financial reality. To practical steps, first, guest list compromise. Agree on a clear quota yearly on, like 60% for the parents' guests and 40% for the close friends. Second, third-party mediation. If parents make high demand, use trusted family members like an aunt or uncle as a middleman to talk to them. Third, the psychological aspect. This is all about emotional readiness. First, couples are strongly encouraged to attend premarital counseling to build empathy, a strong emotional connection, and learn how to reach consensus. Second, they should practice the ceasefire rule, meaning during big conflicts, take a cool-off period to control anger and ego before making any impulsive decisions.
For the conclusion, marriage is an important part of Islam and play a key role in building a strong Muslim society. However, many young people today different challenges when they want to get married. The challenges include financial problems, the influence of modern culture, lack of religious knowledge, and emotional immaturity. The study also found that some young people misunderstood the true meaning of marriage in Islam. Many see marriage only a way to avoid sinful action, without fully understanding the responsibilities of being a husband or wife. This misunderstanding can lead to family problem and even divorce. To overcome this challenge, Islam provides several solutions. This includes strengthening religious education, improving emotional intelligence, training before marriage, encourage simple wedding ceremonies, and providing counselor and community support. Thank you.